This is the 9th annual trip to the nation's capital for the 150-member delegation from San Diego and Baja California. The team will meet with senators, Congress members, federal agencies, and the military. Here with the details are San Diego's Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Jerry Sanders, and City Councilman David Alvarez. And Jerry, the D.C. delegation includes mayors of Tijuana and Tecate. What will your focus be on as far as cross-border issues?
Our main focus will be on Otay 2, a brand new cross-border inspection area, one that we think could actually be binational, where both Mexican and U.S. customs officers work together in the same area to do the job.
And what about you, for you, David? What's your top priority going to be in D.C.?
Well, absolutely. Cross-border will be one of the top priorities. Water will be another priority. In addition to homelessness, which we're seeing a rise here in San Diego, we want to make sure we get the federal government to look at San Diego as a way to help with solutions. So those are the top 3 priorities. And
I'll come back to that, but I want to talk to you, Jerry, about the water roundtable. I know that's going to be one of the high points of this trip. It's focusing on a water bill, I understand. At least that's one part of it, right? Introduced by California senators?
Right. California Senator Feinstein has got a Drought Relief Act, and we'll have a water roundtable that'll include CWA, Maureen Stapleton, include mayors. It'll talk about new sources of water that San Diego's developed on its own without funding from anybody else. It'll talk about the Pure Water project that Councilman Alvarez is so involved in. And it'll also talk about new sources of water that we think are incredibly important.
And is there a business element to this, or just in general for the whole city?
Business depends on a reliable water source. Biotech cannot do the trials that they need to do if they don't know they have water. Qualcomm can't do its work without water, so it's incredibly important to business.
And David, getting back to the homelessness issue here in San Diego, the goal to end veteran homelessness has actually been extended, the one to end it by the end of the year. San Diego has one of the highest number of homeless veterans in the country. So what is the delegation actually going to be asking the federal agencies or the federal personnel there to do?
Well, there's about 10,000 homeless in the last count that we did here in San Diego. A large portion of those are veterans, and in particular, San Diego is home to the 3rd largest population of homeless veterans. So, and we anticipate that will grow as the windup of all the wars occurs. So we want to be focused on the Veterans Assistance Programs for homelessness to prevent homelessness. We've got to make sure that the funding formulas that Housing and Urban Development Department uses to give us the funds, the vouchers to do that work increases, or at the minimum is equitable to San Diego as it is to other parts of the country.
And as you mentioned, Jerry, this is the 9th time the Chamber has led a local delegation to Washington. I think about your 6th time that you've been involved in it. What has been accomplished by this in the past?
Well, you've seen tremendous growth in border infrastructure. Through this trip, we're able to get Phase 2 and Phase 3 of San Ysidro funded. We now have almost a cross-border terminal for the airport. We've also seen some improvements in Otay, and we'll see improvements in Otay 2. And then we also got federal funding for much of 905 that goes along the border, which was incredibly important to truck traffic down there. So those have been really important issues, especially on the cross-border track.
And who's funding this trip?
Well, it's actually people pay to go on the trip, so it's pay as you go. And then we have a hotel that's kind of the central location for a lot of our meetings, but we're also all over the Capitol.
All right, Chamber of Commerce President Jerry Sanders and City Councilman David Alvarez, thank you.
Thank you.